me. It's right above my head here at EricLindquist. And this is, got to point the other way. I didn't know. It was a 50-50 shot. Mr. Brad Thomas here, my dude, Lord BLT over on the Twitters. Go follow him as well. How you doing, my dude?
Dude, I'm doing good. We are like inching closer to the major soccer, to football. You can like feel it in the air. You're like, holy crap, we're almost there. And every day, I feel like every show that we get past means we're closer. And my mic wasn't close, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but we are so close. I'm so excited.
We're fantastic. It is very, very close. I tweeted this out last week because it's fantastic stuff. Lord BLT. I love The Weeknd and I love Daft Punk, and then they do songs together from time to time. I feel it coming. It's so beautiful. And I just keep singing it over and over. I feel it coming. It is time to have those football dollars gambled on sooner rather than later. I know in the college football streets, you'll be especially busy because a lot more college football teams than there are the NFL guys. I know you've been on Kyle Kerm's show as well, breaking down some stuff. I'm only basically in the NFL streets. I tail sharp people such as yourself, such as Ben Raza over at OddsShopper, but otherwise we're getting ourselves going. And when does speak of the devil, our host, our glorious host, makes his appearance. How you doing, Eytan? So good to see you. You look like you're in a beautiful situation.
Actually, I am. I can move over. I get the dumpster out of the way, right? Like, and give you like actual scenery here. Yeah, look at the difference, right? Like the juxtaposition of this massive, ugly dumpster.
I didn't notice that it was a dumpster until you said that. But yeah, no, that's beautiful. Little house on the prairie in Pennsylvania. That's nice.
Where I am. I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania. Okay. I have to hotspot the phone real quick before I lose more. But I'm sorry. I apologize for being late. I was handling some very important business on our end that nobody cares about. So I appreciate you having me on the show. First time, long time.
I was getting in like the host dynamic, and now I can shut up, and I'm very excited for it. You want to gamble on some stuff?
Yeah.
I would love to.
I'd love to gamble on some stuff. I want to talk a little PGA too, mainly because I have no idea what I'm going to be betting on here yet, because I haven't broken down a single thing other than Scotty Scheffler's comments.
Oh my God. Shout out to Scotty.
He went scorched earth. Dude was feeling fantastic today. Plus, I think everybody agrees with everything he said. Don't they, Mr. Brad Thomas?
Yeah, I agree. I was like, if it weren't like one of the and I have nothing against Barstool, right? But if it weren't one of the Barstool guys who posted it, I would have retweeted it. But man, like he hit the nail on the head, especially someone like him who's built up this massive lead, and it only matters and how he plays the final tournament of the season at East Lake, which is stupid.
Yeah, if it's going to be a season-long points race and a season-long race, and then you're trying to have the PGA Tour's trying to have its cake and eat it too. I understand why they do what they do. It's just that what worked was Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods was at the height of his powers, and then when Tiger Woods made the comeback, those were really the only times that this entire thing has worked, because Tiger Woods and Justin Rose, nobody really cared. It was just like, oh, cool, you have your season-long points race. Let's emphasize how insane this crowd is and how great this comeback is. And then goes out, wins the Masters, and it's, oh, we're going to have another amazing season. But you can't be reliant on individuals every single time out. You need to be somewhat reliant on the product, no?
Yeah. Like, it would be, I think what they should do is that you just get more FedEx Cup points as the playoffs happens, right? Like, then if you're eliminating people and you're getting more points, then the race gets tighter. But like, I mean, just like any like racing, anything, they have series that get locked up early in the year. Like you think about, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank now. Verstappen. Like Verstappen's locked up some points races really early because he's won everything. But that's what you get when you are a beast and you're winning.
Should be rewarded for doing good things throughout the entire course of a season. If it's going to be called the season-long points race, that's really what it is. Go ahead and have a tour championship. Just call it the tour championship and have it be part of the points race. Like, I just don't understand. But anyway, we always have to overcomplicate everything. We really, really do. But either way, I'm excited to talk through some plays. I got some MLB. You've got some PGA. And we got Eytan potentially joining us here again from the outskirts of God knows where. Once again, Northeast Pennsylvania. Looks beautiful, at least. That's cool. You got anything on tap for today, Eytan? Maybe? Bueller?
can hear me or see me. Can you
lost
see at least if you can't see me?
Yeah, can't hear him. That's okay. Eytan, that's okay. We got you covered today, my friend. We got
This
you
is the one
covered
who doesn't
today.
end up in the dumpster.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like fun. Like Oscar the Grouch it. I love that gif. It's just him in the trash man. Oh, it's so good. Let's start in the PGA streets, though, because I know that you had a couple of plays here that I was very fascinated to see as you posted in our lovely Discord. We'll do that. We'll cover a little bit of golf here quick, and then we'll jump to MLB on the second side of this after we play a little video here from the people. But wanted to just start. Play number one for you on the card. Fire it up.
Yeah. Let's go with. I'm gonna go a little out of order so I can make sure I hit PGA first. I'm gonna go with Xander Schauffele, top 10. If you think about TPC Southwind, you're gonna absolutely mandatory need to hit fairways. From what I've heard, the rough has been a little bit more thick due to the weather, the rain that they got, which means that Bermuda grass can be really grabby, really clingy. Xander Schauffele does exactly that. But even like when we think of it more on a smaller scale, right, or look at the big picture, two golfers in this world who you absolutely can trust to take you in a top 10 in any tournament, regardless of how the course plays, whatever metrics pop. That's Xander Schauffele and Scotty Scheffler. Had he not had a miserable round on what day was that? Sunday at Le National, he would have been having a gold medal or some kind of medal, but he still played pretty good. Didn't have his best. What I thought was pretty cool to see, Xander Schauffele wasn't a great approach player in that tournament and still gained strokes, which means he was still bad with his irons, but his bad irons were so much better than everyone else. He still gained strokes, which is phenomenal. So I took him a top 10. It's a minus 110 starting price there, but I still think it's pretty good value in a 70-man field.
I would 100% agree with that. TPC Southwind, we see this one routinely, and I feel pretty confident that Xander Schauffele top 10ing, coming off of just an unbelievable streak of play, just finished outside of the medals. I mean, he's just doing everything right now, and his profile for this golf course is 100% something that you're telling me that I can basically pick a side, and I can be on the yes or the no side of Xander at minus 110 standard play. Yeah, I'll be on the yes side of Xander. I think I can join you on that one. No cut, too.
No cut. Xander's the best no-cut golfer in the world, and that's hands down. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, I would only bet Xander at no-cut events because 4 rounds, this guy's having one spark round, and he's gonna find himself in the top. Back then, it were top 20 prices, but he'd find himself in the top 20, and he'd be like, "Yeah, we're eating."
Yep, the gold medalist Xander Schauffele. I mean, just look at his like all the Olympics. Dude's just an absolute print fest at no cut events. So I'm going to be backing you right alongside that one here. Let's move to the next one here. Wyndham Clark. This is an interesting one because Wyndham Clark, at the height of his powers a couple of months ago. I mean, Pebble Beach, kind of a golf course that I would say TPC Southwind, not a perfect comp by any means. Obviously, very, very different grass types. And then also smallest green surface area that you're looking at on the PGA Tour at Pebble Beach. So a little bit more iron festival. But Wyndham Clark, you're starting to get him at prices like 70 to 1. The guy's won 3 PGA Tour titles in the last 15 months. And now we're just writing him off, apparently.
Yeah, I took Wyndham Clark to win 70 to 1. You talk about Pebble. I like another comp too. You think about TPC Sawgrass. If we remember correctly, Wyndham Clark was a lip out, a burnt edge away from sending that to a playoff with Scotty Scheffler. And we wrote Wyndham Clark off, right? Like he did have some pretty poor performances at, Augusta, and then followed that up the next week, missed the cut too. But if we look at his last 4 starts, he has 2 top 10s. Yes, missed cut at the Open, but who didn't miss the cut at the Open with that bad weather? And then at Le National finished with another top 20 performance after everyone made jokes about him after round one's 78, 75. He had 3 straight sub 68 rounds. He's back to gaining strokes on approach. He's been pretty neutral or better off the tee, and his putter's been on fire.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that when you start getting prices like this, you just play him blindly. He could be playing terribly, and I'd want to back him at 70 to 1. I didn't know that was available to me. So welcome to the card. This is why Brad Thomas is who Brad Thomas is. And if you guys want to figure out why he's hanging out here with the GoldBoys, with OddsShopper, with everybody here, check out this little video that he has put together for the people. Because again, the guy knows his stuff. Check it out now.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so because we're dropping new content each and every day on the GoldBoys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the GoldBoys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
And look at that. We are so back. Just incredible producing, incredible skill there, and incredible hair from Brad Thomas. I'm always going to, every single time it catches me off guard. It's beautiful stuff, but also beautiful 11 games that we have going starting at 6:35 p.m. Eastern time, 3:35 Pacific time. I wanted to focus kind of on those as opposed to the afternoon games that are undergoing. Do you have any sweats going in MLB right now?
No, I don't. I think the game I took action doesn't start till 9:30.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get my Trevor Larnach one hit minus 105 for a half unit. He's 0 for 3 right now. It was left on left for 7 innings of Cole Reagans. That was not what I was looking for, but he'll get one more at bat, one more crack at it here, hopefully to deliver for me. That would feel good. Oh, he is up right now, actually.
Nice.
Let's find out. So we'll find out. Oh, yep. He is not up. No, it's Martin. Okay. It bypassed him. All right. Hopefully we get one more at bat out of him there, but let's start doing this because I have some insane plays today, but let's start with Gavin Lux plus 185 over 0.5 RBIs. I have a big part of my process being historical prop data where I look at where they were priced, a couple months ago, a week ago, and just kind of like reacting to, have circumstances changed for him? Well, a lot of circumstances have changed for the Dodgers. First off, Mookie Betts is back. I think that's the most obvious. Fully operational Death Star. They can now go Ohtani lefty, Betts righty, Freeman lefty, Teoscar Hernandez righty, Gavin Lux batting fifth nonstop with all of those dudes ahead of him to knock in, and then the protection of Will Smith, the best lefty killer in baseball, behind him. You don't want to bring a lefty in with Will Smith sitting behind you, so it is a great time to be Gavin Lux in the hitting department. But the other part of this is Gavin Lux was getting pinch hit for as recently as 2 weeks ago before the trade deadline. Ahmed Rosario just got designated for assignment. He can't pitch hit anymore. Miguel Vargas now plays for the White Sox, poor guy. He can't pitch hit for him anymore. And yet this number, we're talking plus 205 was kind of his average number that we were looking at. And you're telling me I'm only getting a 20-cent disparity with Mookie Betts added to the top of it, the protection of Will Smith behind him, which hasn't existed ever, and no pinch hit risk. What am I missing here against Milwaukee and a guy like Frankie Montas who has a 220 expected ISO against righties? This is Christmas, friends. This is a phenomenal prop to get the card started, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Gavin Lux has been pretty good. Didn't he just hit a home run like 2 games ago, too?
Yesterday.
I feel like that was yesterday?
Mm-hmm. I was on the plus.
It kind of like all bleeds together sometimes.
Yeah. I bet his home run on Monday, and I bet his RBI on Tuesday. Wish I had just flip-flopped those because one paid a lot better than the other one. Just throwing it out there. Plus 900 yesterday for a bomb. Some of his other prices have adjusted. I'm not going to take total bases. I'm not going to take anything else, but this should not be plus 185. It's a BetMGM best available number. It's plus 175 I see as the worst number. I would be taking this absolutely anywhere you can potentially get it. Dodgers are a fully operational Death Star. Had them for the full unit, which is rare for me in baseball, where I generally have 8, 10, 12 plays, all half unit on the card, getting a lot of prop exposure. Just the quantity of bets you can get in MLB is just absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to start with that. And then I've got a couple of hits props that are a little bit, I'll say tantalizing. I think tantalizing is probably the right word. Would you be interested in finding a guy priced at minus 139, JJ Bleday, who's actually better against lefties than he is righties?
Wow.
I would.
I
would. He has a better BABIP against lefties than he does against righties. And he gets a phenomenal matchup here going up against David Peterson, who is not a functional left-handed pitcher in any way, shape, or form. gives up hard hit, has a 278 expected batting average against, a little bit better against lefties, 270, but you would expect left on left, he'd be a little bit better. JJ Bleday is still batting top 5 as a left-handed bat, and I get 1 hit inside of -140. I'll take the bait. I'll do it. 4 at bats of JJ Bleday here. Look, beat Bleday, folks.
I like it. I like it. I like it. You have another baseball? I think you do, right?
I do. One more. Jose Siri over at a hit as well, +110. This one's a little bit thinner, but you're getting the +110 on it here. I think we end up getting him in the lineup. Know the rules of your sports book, but there are a number of different ways that this lineup could roll out. The Tampa Bay Rays are just trying out, I know Josh Lowe will be in that lineup. I think Johnny DeLuca probably ends up in that lineup as well. But who that next outfielder ends up being, Dylan Carlson or him, I think there's a chance that we get him in this lineup still. So I just wanted to blindly play this. And I played it at a book where if he is not going to be active, again, BetMGM, you get that voided as opposed to FanDuel, where it will be live action no matter what. So know the rules of your books. Very important.
That's lovely. Let me give a baseball play because I'm liking what we're doing here on the slate. I'm going to go in the Braves Giants game here. It's funny because when I initially was looking at this game, it was what was the price on Robbie Ray's alternate K's number? I still think Robbie Ray's fine play.
Big numbers.
Big numbers. It's so pretty much what I think about Robbie Ray is they took his original line, bumped it up, and then put the alts. So basically, I feel like you're paying a premium or a tax on his original line. So while I was looking at that game, I was started to see some of the batters versus pitcher numbers, and I kept going a little bit deeper into how each batter has been hitting, in their last 3 games. Started seeing some numbers that just popped up, right? And it was Matt Olson. And it wasn't necessarily that Matt Olson's just been tearing the cover off the ball. It was when he was tearing the cover off the ball, what pitch type he was facing, and how it correlates to Robbie Ray's biggest pitch mix, the 4-seam fastball. Matt Olson, his high, and this is the last 3 games, his highest exit velo hits have all come off the 4-seam fastball. I think Matt Olson's due. I think it's funny. There's obviously great candidates for home runs in this game, wind blowing out. But then when you go to look at their total bases numbers, you're getting minus signs. For Matt Olson to get over 1.5 total bases, who I think is a good home run candidate, it's +160. So if he has one of those line drive doubles that's going to have high exit velo, you're not going to be pissed off and be like, look at this power he just put behind it. You're going to be paid because it's +160 for him to have at least 2 total bases.
Brad, I like you so much. This is fun. I like getting money down on stuff when people put together sharp reasoning. And then again, for me, it's historical prop pricing. I'm always comparing things to like where it's been sitting here recently. And then what are the changing outliers here? Yeah, Matt Olson, 28.1% strikeout rate over his last 30 against left-handed pitching, but a 200 expected ISO, 17.7 degree average launch angle. The park, in San Francisco is mitigating some of that wind, but 7 home runs here, and Matt Olson has the power. He definitely has that exit velo where if bat hits barrel, it takes off. And Robbie Ray, for as good as he's been from a strikeout perspective, the guy has an 11.4% barrel percentage already in this season in a very small sample size, but that's kind of what we saw be his issue in Arizona, a little bit in Toronto. He had kind of figured out a lot of that until, obviously last year was just a complete wash of a season. But Robbie Ray is somebody where barrel finds ball a lot more often than what you would like for an elite pitcher, a guy who, sitting there with a 7.5 strikeout prop, by the way. I mean, this thing is just absolutely asinine here at the moment, but all it takes is one. And a guy like Matt Olson at that kind of a price is just, without a doubt, phenomenal. More real estate up there in San Francisco, too, for those 1.5 total bases. That's why I like that a little bit more.
Yeah, and I mean, you talked about it, but I feel like people always gloss over like those kind of numbers when they see the strikeouts are high. Like, oh, this guy's striking out a ton, but then they fail to look at the other metrics and see like what's happening inside of those strikeouts. I think he's already given up 6 home runs in 5 starts.
Yeah, he's always been that guy. He will always be that guy. There's just something that happens again when the slider misses, it goes bye-bye. That's really what it comes down to. But the slider is the best pitch that he has. I mean, by far.
Yep.
He throws the knuckle curve. That's kind of been a new fancy little deal that it's been getting hit a little bit more than it should. But the slider is the pitch that has the whiff. It has all the put away. He basically locates four-seamer and then gets away with it there. But the slider, that thing's getting just punched into the ground right now. The four-seamer, though, it's always had high launch angle. What, 30-degree launch angle here on the season? My dear sweet God.
Yep.
It's wild.
That's lovely.
Talking through the ins and outs of baseball, but I know this is going to be a very, very quick show here for us. One more play that I just have to cover here because I have no idea what sport it is. I have no idea what's going on with it, though. But Cole Palmer, tell the people, first off, what sport? I'm assuming soccer because you're the soccer genius, but what are we betting on here with most assists at 10-1?
Yeah, Cole Palmer to lead the Premier League in assists. And I will start this by saying Cole Palmer last year had 13 assists. She was at 11 assists. The leader had 13 assists. Cole Palmer played like 5 less games because obviously he was a transfer from Manchester City. It's before we get into the metrics, let's talk about positioning. 2 positions they're going to have him in this season that lead to good serviceability, or him being a guy who's going to service often. That's either playing at the 10 spot centrally or playing out on the right wing, giving balls in action inside to Jackson and Nkunku. The advanced metrics are what really brought me to it. 99th percentile in expected assists. He had a higher expected assists than every single person who finished inside the top 5 last year by almost by 0.14, which is a massive number when you're talking about every numbers that are less than 0.05. I really love this play. And last but not least, to kind of put a bow on top of this, if they get a proper striker, a proper number 9, and no disrespect to Nicholas Jackson, but I mean like a guy who's led their league as a Golden Boot winner, like a Osimhen, a Victor Osimhen, that number is going to get toast to plus 600. So the season starts this weekend. But with these props, just keep a lookout. You can always add, which is really nice because unless team news changes or he goes like on a 2 assist lead, it's going to be pretty good for a little bit.
I just tried to find everything that I possibly could to get money down on that. So we're going to make our way into that market. I'm just betting it. I mean, I feel like one of the people that I don't want to be where it's just like, just tail, but like that reasoning, once again, that's what you should be listening to is the
What's
process.
Crazy too
reasoning
is I feel like not a lot of people do this when they're betting futures, is like you have to think about who can beat him, right? Like who are the guys that are on that list that can beat him? What makes them better than him, and what makes them more valuable? The only person on that list who I think has a legitimate shot to beat him is Kevin De Bruyne, obviously because he's the best passer in the world, but the dude is also 36 years old and will not be playing every game this season, while Cole Palmer is like 20 something and he'll be playing every game, which gives us a leg up.
Dude, so sharp, so freaking sharp. It's ridiculous. But I know you have another show to get to, so we're going to hop on out of here. Make sure you follow him at Mr. Brad Thomas, Lord BLT himself. Always so good to spend some time with the dude here in the streets talking through everything. Thank you so much to James behind the scenes. Production friends, he is a master producer, getting all the things done here. Wednesday, we made this work. We made this work as a 2-man booth. What a time to be alive. Very, very happy with it. Any final words for the people as we get out of here?
Yeah, make sure you visit my NBC Sports articles, NBCSports.com. I have my betting previews up. I'll have the dun Manchester City one up, who are facing the 115 charges against them for financial fair play.
Bitches. I love it. I'm a man, you guys. So it is what it is, friends. I'm EricLindquist. Follow me over at OddsShopper as well. We'll catch you guys here again. Some point in time, my friend Eytan will rejoin us unless the dumpster gets him. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.